Honestly, he was a big role model for me. So seeing the entrepreneur, seeing it was possible, I tried many businesses, failed, but I tried. From e-coms to social media marketing, multiple different things. He came and was talking about the credit repair and the business funding. And I didn't really know too much about credit. So I'm like, let me tap in with him a little bit. Let me just try this credit stuff out. I'm like, capital you can build off credit, not even having an income, if you just do it the right way. So I'm like, man, we can change lives. Like, let's do it.
One, you definitely want your business to be in a non-high risk industry. You don't want to be in trucking in a lot of cases. Another thing, you don't want to name your business after that high risk industry as well.
What's going on, family? It's your boy Darius back with another episode of Influence to Impact, where we have influential conversations with impactful people. And today, man, I got a big one for y'all. Y'all gonna learn a lot of stuff you haven't heard when it comes to getting your credit right and really building a foundation to get into the bag, man. I got two special guests, my guy John and my guy Sean. How y'all doing?
Doing wonderful, man. Thank you for having us.
Good. Glad to have y'all on board, man. Where y'all coming in from?
Maryland.
Okay.
Yeah, we're about 40 minutes from Baltimore, 40 minutes from DC, and 40 minutes from about Northern Virginia.
Born and raised?
Born and raised.
Okay, nice. So I'm from Boston, Massachusetts. I've been to DMV a few times. My brother was from Potomac.
Yeah, Potomac. Yeah.
Potomac.
Maryland, yeah.
Okay, yeah. So I've been there a few times. But man, super glad to have y'all on board. So what I like to do is I like to let the people know a little bit about our background, because we have a lot of people come on and they're giving away a whole lot of game, credit, funding, growing your business. But I like for people to really look at y'all and say, damn, if they can do it, I can do it too. So tell me a little bit about before you guys were who you are now doing these amazing things. What was your journey to getting here?
Well, my journey, I've been in commercial janitorial for 25 years.
Okay.
And so I've had that entrepreneurial spirit for a very long time. My parents had it before then. And then I was in sales for an engineering firm. And at the time, it just was really low. And so I told my mom, you know what, man, I've spoken in front of a lot of people. I've been in front of, I know how to sell. I just needed to learn the jargon as far as commercial cleaning is concerned. So I said, just tell me some of the terminology. So she explained it to me. Went on a couple of interviews, and I turned a business from nothing. And in a year, we were probably doing about 1.5 million.
Wow.
In a year's time frame.
Wow.
Just by being with her, learning how to do the cleaning, and then taking my expertise from sales and in all the different various sales that I've been in, and then just taking it and expanding on it, and we took it to, in a year's time frame, over $1 million.
That's crazy. I think that's so crazy, because I always say exposure is expansion, and for some people, really say one opportunity can change your life.
Absolutely.
So you already having a foundation and knowing that you can get it done. You just needed to see it, what she did, and then it was over.
I was confident.
Yeah.
I just said, man. Plus the cleaning is the entry point is low.
Yeah.
Man, you go get a dustpan, broom, some rags and stuff, and just get it started, right?
Yeah.
And then and I didn't have the technology 25 years ago that exists today.
Only if you did. Oh my God.
If I did, right. But it's just strange how now I've gravitated to the technology for this whole credit repair business funding. You're talking about a person that would not want to be on camera.
Yeah.
I just didn't want to do it.
Right.
And so my team would say, John, you've got to get in front of the camera. Now you can't keep me from wanting to. Listen, the devil's for real. It took everything to try to keep us from being here. Yeah. I said, oh, no, you're not. I'm coming on this man's podcast, and I'm going to talk about our beginnings, and where we are and where we're trying to get to. And we're just ecstatic that we're a part of your community. And it's interesting. Sean was watching Dion at the same. So I told him, watch Dion, I'm gonna watch Darius.
Yeah.
And so my wife said, Don, if you sign up for his course, I'm leaving. And she was not joking, because I've signed up for these things that just didn't work out.
Ah, okay, gotcha.
So she watched you for 5 days straight, not the entire time.
Right.
And she said, at the end of it, she said, go ahead.
Wow, that's crazy.
She said, there's something about that gentleman.
What's her name, Donna?
Huh?
What's her name?
Lisa.
Shout out to Lisa.
Yeah,
Lisa.
Lisa.
Glad you
Yeah,
enjoyed the 5
yeah.
days.
She told me. She said, I'm supporting you, and I
Wow.
want you to go ahead and do it.
That's
And
dope.
she says, as long as you do the things and be a part of the his programs, and you're on the Zooms and you do that thing, she said, I'll give you 100% support.
Wow.
And she has, and so
Super dope.
This is why we're here today.
Super dope. I definitely got to come back to some of those things you talked about. I want to get to you, Sean. How did you get into this? Obviously, father-son relationship, of course. But what is your entrepreneurship journey been like?
Honestly, he was a big role model for me. So seeing the entrepreneur, seeing it was possible, I tried many businesses, failed, but I tried from e-coms to social media marketing, multiple different things. And I was working too, but I had to find something I knew that could for sure bring an income in. So he came and was talking about the credit repair and the business funding. And I didn't really know too much about credit. So I'm like, let me tap in with him a little bit. Let me just try this credit stuff out. I'm like, capital you can build off credit,
Fact.
not even having an income
Yeah.
if you just do it the right way.
That's
So
it.
I'm like, man, we can change lives. Like,
That's it.
let's do it.
That's it.
So that's what, brought me into wanting to do the credit repair business funding with him.
Fire.
But I tried multiple different businesses, failed, and I believe this one is going to work.
Absolutely. I feel like it's like it's like everyone has we all have like the same story. I feel like things don't happen to you, they happen for you.
Right.
Like we
Right.
always have to fail a few times before we get it right. And I feel like that's part of the process. Like during e-com or some of the other businesses, you probably learn some skills that now help you in
Absolutely.
this, right? I remember starting businesses and I'm like, damn, this was a waste. And now I look back, I'm like, oh, no, it wasn't a waste.
They
I
all-
needed to learn.
But
Yeah,
it
'cause-
would have been good because with the e-com, you got to have capital.
So now looking back,
I'm
I think
like,
that's
man,
missing.
only if I would have did the credit first,
Yeah,
the
exactly.
leverage would have been crazy.
Exactly.
So it's like now bro,
It's
the sky's the limit.
Hell
So
yeah. Now you're still super young, and the thing is, I tell people like, man, I just learned credit when I was 28, and I'm like, shoot, I could be like, hey, I wish I can imagine if I learned this at 21, but I'm like, shoot, I'm just grateful that we got to learn this. So talking about now that transition, like going from someone who having a regular job to turning around and making 1.5 million within a 12-month time span. What is that transition and that shift like mentally, not just for you, but for your family, your surroundings, your environment?
Man, listen, it gives you access to do things that you normally wouldn't think you could do. You could do. And so it affords, I tell people all the time about money. I'd rather have and not need than need
and I have.
Right? I say it all the time,
That's a fact.
right? And so, no, do I want to have the love of it? No. And what I also learned from it is when God blesses me, I want to be a blessing to others, right? That's where I'm going to get my blessing. But I do this credit repair and business funding. My biggest joy is when somebody comes to me and says, John, I need some help, and then we help them, and then I see them smile. That's more important than the money. I'm being honest.
Absolutely.
The connections that I make, because now if I've serviced them, now I get everybody behind them.
Everybody.
Right? So I get their connections.
Yeah.
Right. So it was a lot of hard work, a lot of determination. Put my first foot forward, and pushing through, and and it turned out good and turned out positive for me.
I love it. Transitioning into the business, what do you think has been, I guess, one of the hardest transitions into the credit and funding business for you all?
Man, for me, I'm gonna be honest to tell you, I can't really say there was a. So the business gave me the revenue, right? And so what I used to listen to early on, I don't know if you know the Credit Plug and the Radical Views, right?
Yeah, that's what I started off listening to.
So I listened to them,
Yep.
and so I watched the Credit Plug tell me about the truest hack, where I got 3 or 4 multiple products at one time on for one hard inquiry.
Yep.
I did the Navy Federal with them. I got approved, and then every 91 days, now I'm maxed out at the 80,000 maximum exposure, right? So I would be up to 2, 3 in the morning watching these guys and then applying those principles to myself. So when I tell people, listen, it can be done. when I go to a car dealership, I don't want to have to guess.
Right.
I traded my Corvette in and my wife's Suburban because I had back surgery. I said I can't get in and out of the Corvette, so I went to the Infiniti dealership. And so usually I don't ever recommend going to the dealership. I have relationships with banks and credit unions. So I remember going to him and he was telling me the interest rate, and I said, well, let me just check with my banks and credit union. They were at 7%. He was at 3.8 something percent. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna go through you. And so, but I knew when I went in there, credit score was 8 something across the board. I asked him, hey, what credit bureau are you gonna pull from? He said he's gonna pull from Experian. I said, okay, you're gonna pull one time, right? He said one time. So I filled out the information. I stepped away to go look because my Infiniti QX was sitting out on the showroom floor, 2025. By the time I got there, he said, Mr. Dawes, you can go ahead and take your car. But I already knew because I had to count. I positioned myself so that I knew the answer before he even came back to me, right? And so that's what I'm trying to tell. I'm really trying to tell our people, man, come on, man. This is a game that you can play if you just position yourself and put yourself in a situation that you already know the outcome before it even happens.
Predictable.
Right? It's predictable because you do the work.
I remember that gut feeling.
Yeah.
Because I got 2 Mustangs on the way to the, like, am I going to get approved for this car? Is it going to happen? I don't like that feeling.
No.
And then the other thing was, like, I put 10K down on both of them. So I didn't know anything about credit at the time. I'm like, I didn't know I could go get a loan.
Yeah.
But you got to build the profile.
Gotcha, yep.
So doing the videos for him, it was like secret sauce for me.
Yeah.
So I'm like, dang, only if I knew that.
Oh, so when doing the videos, now you're
I'm
learning.
learning.
Hard.
So I'm like, it's an advantage for me.
Right.
I can sit in the back and learn.
Right.
He the face.
That's
but
hard.
Yeah, I'm putting no money on no car.
No, right. And none of that.
I'm not ever
Not
putting
a
no money.
dollar.
But I had
one
no
penny.
choice because I didn't have a thick profile.
Yeah.
So
But see, now he learns because what we've done with him, so I was former military, right? So I was in the Air Force. We went to Navy Federal. Got to Navy Federal. I said, listen, we're going to work on your credit right now. Now it's at 760 something.
Oh,
but what we did was we went and got him a secure card.
Okay.
Got him the pledge loan, right? Put him as an authorized user on my Navy Federal.
Hold on. We like y'all going crazy right now. But y'all gonna have to break this down for the people. So, what is a secure card?
Okay.
People want to know.
So Sean takes money, puts it into a savings account, and then they secure that card based off of his deposit that he uses in his savings or checking account.
Right.
So that's just secures the card. And he had a $500 credit card. And so I told him, I said, what we're going to do is we're going to get the secure card. And then what we're going to do is go 6 months, and then we're going to mature out of that so that you can get yourself an unsecured card, right?
Yeah.
Then that's going to report as a primary account on your credit report. And I said, and that's a product that we're using with the Navy Federal because they have their own internal scores too, right?
Ooh, they're dropping bars for y'all.
So now you the more products you use, your internal score goes up, and now we're thickening out your credit profile, and now you look credible, you look lendable to Navy Federal and any other lending institution that's looking at your credit profile. Right?
if you don't know where to start, that's a play.
That's
a play right there.
Yeah.
If you that's somewhere you can just start. If you don't know too much about credit,
Absolutely.
just go get the secure card.
Let me ask y'all something. Preference: secure card or pledge loan?
I like them both.
Both.
We've done both for him.
Yeah.
I've never had to build a secure card, but I used the pledge loan at Navy Federal myself.
Fire.
And so it does work.
Yeah.
So it's to me they're both kind of used for the same purposes.
Absolutely.
They're going to report as primary.
Yep.
Right.
They got to give you that internal
Right.
relationship.
And you're building on another product through Navy Federal that's just going to increase your internal score.
Fire.
And you're going to look lendable to them.
And y'all listen, leverage.
Yes.
Some of you out there, mediocre credit scores, Navy Fed, if you set up some secure products, you can still get 15, 20,000.
Absolutely.
When it becomes
Easy.
unsecured. So
Absolutely.
they giving y'all to play. Now, for someone who's like, okay, Navy Fed, cool, let them know just why in general credit unions are best to start with.
Well, there's credit unions, from my personal experience, has been they seem to, as long as you build a relationship with them, they're a little easier when it comes to obtaining, loans.
Yes.
Or different products, credit cards, personal loans, lines of credit, things of that nature. it's a relationship builder.
Yes.
And so if you use a lot of their products, then you definitely look more lendable, and then that way it gives you access to using all the various products that Navy Federal or any kind of credit union. I have Navy Federal, and also use CQ of Maryland.
Okay.
Yeah, and the beauty is, and also Nemo Federal, which is right in my neighborhood.
Fire.
I use the personal side, and I use it also for the business side.
Fire. I love that. Yeah, I'm a big. Y'all know I'm a big credit union advocate. DCU, PSECU, Navy. I got so many
Right.
ECUs. I don't even know how to keep up.
Right.
But like you said, it's a great starting point. I think it's good to talk about even comparable credit. A lot of people are looking to go to the business side eventually. But when you go to the business side, they're going to talk about. They're going to be looking at, well, what are your highest limits on the personal side, and that's going to help them determine how fund worthy are you, right? So now that someone's built out their profile, y'all give them some gems, show them where they can go get some good starter credit cards with high limits, right? What are some do's and don'ts when it comes to structuring people's business? A lot of people, they hear about setting up their business, but give them some sauce on like how they can make sure they're properly set up.
One, you definitely you want your business to be in a non-high risk industry. You don't want to be in trucking in a lot of cases. Another thing, you don't want to name your business after that high risk industry as well.
Yeah.
And so you definitely want to make sure you're not in a high risk industry. You want to be presentable. I tell them all the time, make sure you have a website.
Yes.
Make sure you have if you don't have a good brick and mortar, make sure you have a good virtual address, right? And make sure that a .com as far as your email is concerned.
Fire.
They don't want to see you with Gmail in a lot of cases, right?
Yeah.
Because the underwriters want to make sure that you're a legitimate company, right?
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
So if you got a lot of personal stuff, now I've heard and I've been watching them on the internet. Sometimes they're saying that underwriting is loosening up on that, and you can use some of your personal information. But I strictly everything I have is all business, from
100%.
the email to I have brick and mortar for my addresses. I have a legitimate landing pages, websites,
Fire.
so that if underwriting needs to go check out anything on my company, I'm
You're
legit.
good to go. Hard. And you're absolutely right. Yeah, y'all, with your cell phone and your email, it's not that you won't get funded, but what he's saying is, why get a little if you can get a lot, right? You will still get approved if your credit profile is on point, but that's the difference between 10,000 and 25,000, right?
Absolutely.
Over
Big
5
difference.
things. That's the difference of $60,000 to $80,000. So that's super insightful. Now, when it comes to now getting into this business side, right? A lot of people, they hear about 0% interest, they hear about credit card stacking. Can y'all break down how that works for the people?
Well, if you've got a good personal credit profile, because most of us going to have to personally guarantee that, right?
Yes.
Unless you're making millions and millions of dollars, right? So if you have a good personal credit profile, guess what? Typically on the personal side, on the business side, they'll give you 2 to 3 times what you have on the personal side, right? And then guess what? Also, these banks, if your credit is solid, you can get 0% interest credit card for 9, 18 months, 24 months, right? And so I have real estate. And so what I did was I applied, got some 0% credit cards so that I could take that money, buy the property, use it as a down payment, right? And then I fixed up the property. And then what I did was I just refinanced out and paid all that back within the 9 to 18 month period.
Wow.
And then
Crazy.
other than the little 1% that I paid,
That's lit.
0% I paid the credit card off, and it took care. Now I've got 2 properties that it's the exact same way.
That's hard.
Why use my money when I can use the bank's money
That's
at
hard.
0%?
He always lived by that.
That's it. I'm not using my money if I can use theirs.
That's exactly
That's
right.
good. I didn't even know. So you're big into real estate.
I got a couple. I got a lady, Julie.
Okay.
She helps me with finding real estates in the DMV area.
Fire.
And so I've got a couple of properties, and I told her, listen, what I'm going to change up, instead of those were holds, I'm going to start looking more for fix and flips, so that I can fix, flip, take that money and build up my cash reserves, so that guess what? Then I become the bank. And then I don't have to worry about all these fees and things. Right.
Yeah.
And I'll just keep rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat.
That's my boy John
Sauce.
they got the leverage. Yeah,
The
leverage
leverage.
over there. That's good. So what do you tell people when people come to y'all and they're like, okay, cool, I'm looking for this funding, right? But maybe don't have a plan. What are some things you would tell a person that's coming to you looking for funding but maybe doesn't have a plan?
So I was on the phone yesterday with a client out of New York, and he was telling me, listen, paraplegia. and he's trying to get some funding, trying to get about 50K. So I said, listen, one, we got to make sure that your personal credit profile is put together correctly, right? I told him, the underwriting on the business side is going to look and see what you got on your personal side. If you're not fundable on the personal side, you're not going to get anything on the business side, right?
at all.
So I said, let me go in here and let me look, see what you got. Let's make sure, hey, if you got he had some credit cards. I said, utilization was high. I said, let's bring that under 10%. They say 30, but I try to keep it under 10%, right? Get your utilization high. Let's make sure that you have some installment loans and some revolving, right? Let's have some credit cards, automobile, mortgage, whatever. I said, if you don't have a mortgage, hey, listen, and you want to add something to your credit profile, let's do Rent Reporter, right? We can add that to it. That
and you have to bring that Rent Reporter play for them. Now
so, the Rent Reporter, if you're renting, right? So you can go to Rent Reporter. You could, because he was asking, this one gentleman asked me, well, I live with my mom. Who cares?
Even better.
Right, that's right. Your Rent Reporter will call whoever you're leasing or renting from, get that information. They can backdate it back to like up to 4 years, right? And then that's going to report as positive payment history for up to 4 years on your credit profile. So guess what? There's no excuses.
No excuses.
Even if you don't have a mortgage. So you got to have some installment loans. You got to have some revolving accounts. That's going to thicken out your credit profile. That's going to make you look a heck of a lot more lendable. That's going to make you trustworthy to underwriting. And then guess what they're going to do? They're going to slowly start to hand out that bag to you.
Facts.
And over time, you build that relationship. And then you have access to as much money as you need.
That's it. Hey, that's good. Hey, he gave y'all. I didn't even tell him to give y'all a play. He gave y'all a play. That Rent Reporter's play is real, too. That was the first play that I ever ran when I first got started. I was living at my mom's house, actually. And I had backdated it, actually, 9 years.
Wow.
Yeah, at the time, they had let you go 9 years. And it was skyrocketing my age because most people, the thing they're having a hard time enhancing is the age, right?
Yeah,
so
exactly.
that's that rental play is a super big one. All right, now I want to get into, for people who come to you all, right, and they're like, okay, cool, maybe I got high utilization, but I want some funding options, or maybe I need some debt consolidation options. What are some things that y'all tell them, or some plays that can help those people out? Are there any?
Yeah, I tell them, listen, let's find you, like I go to SoFi, Upgrade. We can go get you a personal loan. And what we're going to do is we're going to take that personal loan to pay down or get rid of that debt on your credit card side, right? Now your utilization is under 10 or at 0 at that point in time. And they calculate the personal loan differently than they do the credit card. So guess what that's going to do? Your utilization is going to come down. Your calculation, because you're getting a personal loan, goes up, and then your credit score goes up.
Ooh, he giving y'all some sauce.
And this is the stuff that I've done personally, so I know it works.
That's fire.
Right? I've seen my scores. When I first started in that journey, I was in the 6-something. I listened to the Credit Plug and Radical Cues. I watched them, and then obviously with you, and my scores went from, which was 6 at the time, to over 800 now.
That's crazy.
Across the board.
So if I come to y'all and I want y'all to do funding for me, what do I have to pay up front, or how does it work?
Well, the business funding, what we do is we get you approved, and then we don't charge you. We charge 10%, and that doesn't get charged until after we get you approved. So you don't have to worry about coming out of your pocket up front.
So if I come to you and I want funding, if you give me, let's say, $50,000, I don't pay nothing up front. I just pay you 10%, so that'll be $5,000.
That's that 5 coming through.
After I get my money.
After you get your money.
Oh, that's a sweet deal. I like that. I like that. Now, if I got credit challenges, like I got, late payments, collections, or something like that, y'all help me repair my credit too?
Yes.
Okay.
Typically, most of my clients fall in I have 3,500 program, 2,500 program, and 1,500. Most of them fall in that $1,500 program.
Okay.
Sometimes we work out payment arrangements over a 3-month period. If it's a 1,500 program, I'll make it 2 because I'm leveraging that and giving you time to pay over time, right? But we $1,500 typically would take care of bankruptcies, charge off, inquiry deletions.
Fire.
Which is going to obviously bolster your. Oh, and another thing, it wasn't overnight that your credit got to that point, right? Because a lot of those, I tell my clients, first of all, I can't even guarantee you.
Yeah.
So there's no guarantee.
Right.
But typically what I've seen, 3 to 6 months.
Yeah,
Right.
about average.
Now, on bankruptcies, that could take a year. Right. So bankruptcies are a little more difficult. Student loan, a little bit more difficult.
Absolutely.
But can be done. But I tell people, listen, be patient. Right. It didn't happen overnight. Take this investment. Give yourself 3 to 6 months. That stuff is going to start to fall off, and then over time, man, that's in a good year's time, man, we get you in good positions. You're fundable, and get
Like I said,
access
it
to whatever
definitely
you want.
took me like 6 months.
6 months, right?
Yeah, to see that high 700.
But think about it. 6 months, people complain like 6 months is nothing though.
But that's how I was at first.
Yeah,
It's like,
yeah.
man, 6 months.
Yeah.
But once I see the process,
You realize.
I'll wait that 6
Yeah, I
months.
wait,
I'll
right?
wait a year.
I'll wait too if I have to.
If I have
For
to.
100,000,
Right.
you know what I'm saying?
If I have to.
It was a question I was going to ask you because it's a challenge that I have.
Yeah.
So I have 2 types of clients, and you use this. You say this all the time in our program. You love to love on us,
Yeah.
right? And so I tell people, look, I got people that I don't know, and people that I do know.
Yeah.
And the people that I don't know pay me versus the people
People
that I
that you
Do
do
know.
know.
Don't pay you.
So I'm at my barbershop and I tell my barber, I was like, but listen, if I know you, I'm gonna love with you. I'm gonna make sure
You extra good.
Right, I'm gonna make sure it gets done.
Exactly.
And I said to myself, when I see Darius, I'm gonna ask him in his journey,
Yeah.
did he come across the same types of things?
100%. That's how it go. The people, strangers will pay you way quicker than people you know. Family, friends are. The reason why is because people that know you, they're so close to you that subconsciously, it's not consciously, there's a lack there of respect. It's
Right.
not. It's not on purpose. It's just I know you. Why I don't want to pay you $2,500, right? Because they can't see you as who you are. They see you as who they used to be.
There you go.
Right?
It's not. It's like not as valuable
Exactly.
to him.
Like that's just Sean. Oh, that's just John.
John.
Right.
Like I cut them. Like what do you mean? But strangers, they don't. They didn't grow up with you.
Right.
So when they see you in the value offer, because you can speak directly to value, and that's the only factor.
Right.
I can help you improve your credit, which is going to help you go get a proof of this house, or help you go get a proof of this loan, or help you go start that business. Versus someone who knows you, they see the value, but they also say, "That's still John or Sean."
Right.
So 100% of the time, the way I dealt with it was I just stopped asking people who I knew, and eventually they come back around.
Right.
So what's gonna happen is he gonna cut you. You still doing that repair?
No, my barber's good.
Oh,
It's
okay,
just
okay,
people in
okay.
our community.
Okay,
Right?
okay.
But what I remember telling him and telling some friends,
Yeah.
because I heard you even say it. You mean to tell me you can't get access to that money in funds anyway?
Yep.
You mean to tell me you would keep $1,500 from getting you access to
10,
tens of
20,
thousands of
30.
dollars?
Crazy.
But they don't
I
know that.
don't
see it.
They don't
I don't
see it.
understand it.
I know.
Right? I'm just like, it's just it just baffles me.
I know.
And I told Sean, I said, you know what? I'm not gonna stress with the people.
Yeah.
Listen, it's either you do want to do it or you
Or you
don't.
don't,
Listen,
yeah.
I've been where you've been, so
Yeah.
I kind of understand. But I'm just telling you, what's the worst that could happen? You're not gonna get it anyway.
Anyway,
Right.
exactly.
So why not?
Exactly.
And I also tell them, you're not investing in me.
You're
Investing in
you.
yourself.
Exactly.
So don't look
exactly.
like you're investing in me. I said, well, you think 1,500 is going to have me scrambling?
Shivering my
Right,
life,
right. Listen, but what it could do is give you access
That's a
to
fact.
tens of thousands of dollars.
That's a
But it's
fact.
kind of like
Why
what
would you
Darius said. It's like, if I know you and I'm paying you, I'm not going to feel like I'm investing into myself. But if I come to Darius, I'm going to feel like I'm investing into myself.
Exactly.
It's that respect level. It's just,
Yeah.
that's just
Well,
business.
That's why we're in this thing, man.
Yeah.
You know, we really being a part of your group, your community has. Dad, I'm being honest, man. Like you had me up at nights. Like at my age, I should be sleeping. You ask them.
Yeah.
I didn't have the same zest until I watched you, and when I watched you, and I watched your community. And man, we have built relationships with people within your community.
Hey, we built
Oh
something.
my God,
We got something big.
We
That's
got.
good.
I mean,
I
like
love
we're
that.
really connecting, and I can only tell you, man, you have put a fire into me.
Nah, I love
There's something I told somebody, they were asking me about the other people. I said, listen, I don't know about them. I just know that Darius comes across as credible. I just feel like he loves on his community, and he's real, and that's why we're going to go with this program. and that's why we did.
Nah,
We
super
decided,
dope.
and that's why my wife supported it.
Nah, I
So,
appreciate y'all locking in, and more importantly, I'm excited because I knew even on the challenge, I knew y'all was gonna lock in because y'all energy was big, and I knew that y'all was gonna be one of the ones who get into it. I typically have an idea of who's gonna be the ones. I knew y'all, I knew Joy,
My boy Joy.
and I know
Yeah.
a few others that's in y'all group.
I
Y'all
was
whole group.
I was only mad. I was mad because I wasn't one. And the only reason I wasn't one because I said there was something that kept me. I picked the
application?
8:30 slot.
Ah,
And there was an
okay.
8 o'clock, and I kept saying, "Man, and so I just selected the 8:30 slot,
yeah.
not thinking. I still thought it was gonna be no more. And my wife said, "Were you one?" I said, "I was two, but I'm in there. I'm still in there, so I'm
Nah,
good."
that's fire. And talk to that because I always like to tell the people. I think people when we say like the word networking, it sounds boring. People don't really get it, but talk about the power of just building relationships within communities.
Let me tell you something, man. The people that we have built relationships within your community, has been unbelievable. Sean has a gift where we do content, and so we'll take content somewhere, and then it could be anywhere, and then he goes because he's good at short
Short form?
short form
That's
content,
fire.
and then within 20 minutes, he's got it done. So we built a group within your group, right? And the next thing you know, I got the whole group called because they're seeing my videos, and they're
Fire.
calling, "Well, who's doing your videos?" I said, "It's my son."
That's fire.
Man, he has created a relationship and a revenue stream within your
That's
group,
what it's
right?
about, bro. One
And-
can't
and-
make more offers.
Yeah,
Yes.
I tell you,
That's
it's
hard.
been unbelievable. And then in addition to that, man, these are some God-led folks, man.
I love it.
Man, God is. Listen, one of the things that I wanted to do when I build my community is be able to use God's principles behind everything that I
love
do.
that.
And so being a part of this is going to allow me not only to help people's credit, but man, if I can save some people along the way,
Absolutely.
man, that's the bigger bonus
the
of
big-
all of it.
yeah, absolutely,
right?
the biggest, yeah.
And so that's why I feel and want to say, man, I feel so connected and feel so happy about being part of your community.
No, I
man.
love
we're
it,
we're
man.
going to do some wonderful things.
Absolutely.
So I appreciate
and I look
it.
forward to helping you build that community
Yes.
too.
Yeah,
So
we appreciate
that's coming up too. Talk about that though. I want to get into that. The content, right? How did you come about that? Was that just always a gift you had, or was it from past businesses?
Always
or?
a gift I had. I
Okay.
mean, from music videos.
Fire.
That's where it started. So I was
Fire.
like, oh, I got a craft for this.
Hard.
Then it got into the credit in the business funding.
Hard.
I had no choice but to push them. So I had to do his content.
Hard.
So I got better and better reputation. So at that point, I'm like, man, I can make this a business.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm learning credit, doing his content for him. I'm in the business with him.
Yeah.
Like it's a win-win-win.
Oh, that's dope.
So they seen the videos, they tapped in with me, and I'm not even really. I'm giving them low prices because I want them to win. I'm
Yeah,
not
yeah,
here.
yeah.
If it was other people, I'm going to tax them.
Yeah.
But I like he said, man, they're good people.
That's fire.
They support us. We support them. So I gave them a good deal, and
That's dope.
I told them like the thing about content is it's consistency.
Yeah.
Like you can't come on here. I don't want you to pay me $200 and you only want to post 3 videos a week. I'm just taking your money from
Yeah.
you. So I'm like, man, you gotta post every day
Facts.
because I have other credit repair people in the industry posting more than you.
Facts.
So you gotta find a way to post more than them,
Absolutely.
and that's what's gonna get you in the algorithm.
That's
It's
dope.
a whole
And
process
as
to
we
it.
know, visibility beats
Exactly.
ability.
Ability.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
So what's some gems you got in terms of someone out there short form, like in terms of hooks, value, like what's kind of your thing?
I would definitely say the hooks
Yeah.
because a lot of people post videos, but they don't really go and look at the insights.
Yeah.
And that's where you can see, all right, well, this person, these people are watching more than this hook, or these people are watching more than this hook. So I look at his reels and see, what's getting the most attraction.
Fire.
And I'm like, hey, this hook, more of the like, if you don't know about credit, these like 3 hacks that you're missing,
Yeah.
or like that real strong offer
To get them
to
to
really
watch.
watch it. They're watching, they're
Hard.
replaying it.
Hard.
Hey, we got to double down on this video. Go to ChatGPT. You always told me ChatGPT.
hard.
Just change the subject up a little bit
Mm-hmm.
and just keep going. So
That's fire. Hey, sound like I might have a credit to cash 5-day challenge coming up, huh?
I tell you what, man. One of the things that I told Sean is I didn't see anybody in this industry where it's a father and son.
Yeah.
I'm gonna, because of my age, I'm gonna have a difficult time getting his demographic. But I get some. But he's going to relate to his demographics a whole lot better. So what I said, listen, we're going to teach you so that you're behind the scenes.
Yeah.
We're going to pull you into the front scene, right? And then I'm not the flashy.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a little polo stuff, but
I gotta say, my boy got it on today.
but I don't wear the gold chains.
Yeah.
I'm not big on the cars
Yeah.
and all that kind of stuff. But that's his demographics, right? I said, but what we need to do is you need to, if you're going to be that way, you got to be able to educate.
Yes,
right?
yes.
And you got to be credible. So I said, we'll tackle this as we build your credit. We'll show people that it can work.
Absolutely.
And we're going to give them the sauce on how. Hey, let them see your journey.
Absolutely.
Where you started from, that process to where you are now. And I said, and then I'll capture mine, and then we'll capture everything in between.
100%.
I said, then we're servicing a very large demographic.
Absolutely.
And I love this industry because I can do this anywhere in the world. I can be on vacation. We can be on vacation. I can send content. I can send it to him. He can work on it. I have a young fella that's in Ireland that does my website stuff, and he's 21 years old, super strong. We got a VA who's in the Philippines. Philippines. She's a young girl, loves Christ. Dope. We talk about God all the time. Sean works with her every so often during the weeks before she makes her phone calls and gives, because you give those Monday morning inspirational stuff, right? Yeah. He gives her inspirational stuff, and they go through the same kind of concepts that you do, right? To get her going.
You got to motivate the team. So you got to. It's a routine.
I feel like we got the team, and we're just building and getting.
And the crazy thing about the VA is, man, she worked for us for like 6 months for free.
Really?
Didn't even charge. She seen the vision.
Wow.
That's what she told us.
And she believed in us.
Wow.
So she's like, she didn't want to like move, so she stayed there because she knew what the potential we had. Right. So I'm like, hey, that's crazy. You don't really come across that.
Nah, that means the vision was strong.
That young girl, I got a nice young talent. Listen, I look at it and say, man, I got a good 10-year run with this. And I said, Sean, and if you can't in 10 years,
right?
You only 23,
right?
In 10 years, pulled us together.
23.
He's 23.
Oh yeah, it's
pulled us together.
It's up.
I said, man, there's no reason that you can't build, because the community would be built by that time.
Absolutely.
And then, good Lord, you could do some extraordinary things with this. As long as you do it right, keep God first. Absolutely. Let Him lead your steps, you follow, and you got a shot at each and every day.
100%.
I definitely want to say, if you watching this and want to join Darius' program, do it.
Hey, I'm letting you know right here. Man, when he says he loves on his community, it's no lie. He does.
I appreciate that.
On fire.
Appreciate that. Hey, for real, we're gonna talk. We got to drop y'all program soon. They're gonna tap in because I love hearing. I love some things I'm hearing, and I'm a visionary, so I start getting ideas and stuff.
Good.
That's fire. So I know some people want to know son-father dynamics in business. Obviously, we hear the goods. Are there any times that it's tough doing business together?
We're constantly at each other because
every day.
He has a different energy than I do. Yeah. And so there's some frustrations. But at the end of the day, man, it's my son.
Yeah.
And I love him, and I don't want nothing but the best. He's one of my 4. He's the youngest.
Okay.
One of my 4. And there's just something about our chemistry, and while we hang in there even through what he calls as failures, they weren't failures.
Yeah.
We failed forward.
Forward,
right? And we learned from them. So he never failed.
Absolutely.
Because he's using a lot of those skill sets today, right?
Exactly.
And so, we have our issues from time to time. We fuss. He's telling me to do this. I'm tired. Don't want to do that. Yeah. He stays on top of me, but at the end of the day, it's love. It gets done. And I know that he has the best for me. And vice versa.
Right. The reason I ask that because I know there's people out there who they're like, damn, I want to get some money with my pops, but just seeing y'all say that is good, so they can be like, there's gonna be some times you get on my nerves.
Because that's the best part. Like, I could go back and look when we first started.
Yeah.
I'm like, that was trenches.
Yeah. Getting out the mud.
Out the mud, and where we are now, I'm like, I used to be mad, but I look back like I'm proud of that because it shows you like, hey, we stuck together.
Enjoy the journey too.
Absolutely. And I think we don't do that enough as people.
You better believe we don't.
Yeah. We always think about end result. And then, like you said, we'll look back and be like, damn, okay, I see why now. But
I remember when I started my cleaning business, so So I was working for the engineering firm, and I remember going back to my, because I'm working with him, and then I'm out to 2, 3, 4 in the morning, and then got to be back at 8 o'clock in the morning for him. So I remember after a year, I came to him. I said, "Man, I'm gonna have to give this up." And he said, "Oh, you gotta give up that cleaning business." No, I'm giving up you. And this was nothing personal because I learned a lot from him.
Right.
But I said, "Nah, if I can work hard for you,
I can
who's gonna work harder for me than me?
Exactly.
Yourself.
I'm gonna work for myself.
Harder
I
than
want all
anybody.
the pie.
Exactly.
I don't want part of it."
Good.
So
I love that.
yeah.
I love that. I think everyone has those realizations. Everyone comes to a time where you realize, like, I just want more.
Yeah.
And I think, a lot of times people have a hard time making what we might call a selfish choice. But like I always tell y'all, selfishness is good sometimes
Yes.
because you have to be selfish first before you can be selfless, right? You can now pour into your family, your loved ones, do whatever. So I think that's super dope. All right, so people out here, they want to tap in with y'all. They want to come get their credit repair. They want to come get some funding. They want to maybe even get some consultations, some content game. How do they tap in with y'all in terms of y'all social media, so Instagram?
Yeah, he can go to the big JG _ and then you can go to grpfinancialsolution.com, and there you'll see 3 tabs. That's the business funding page, but you'll see credit at the top right corner. You can click that, go to the credit page, and you can sign up for the credit if you need credit. I mean, technically, you're going to need credit regardless.
Facts.
So you might as well sign up for both.
Makes sense.
Because it's not going to make sense to sign up for business funding. You got to pour credit.
Exactly.
So that's how you can find us.
Fire, man. Super, super dope. Hey, listen, I've stamped these two some of the best in the game. You see the dynamics. You see the foundation. You see what they're about. I'm big on principles and just morals and ethics in these two. They definitely epitomize excellence. Make sure y'all tap in with John and Sean. We back with another episode of Influence to Impact podcast. We'll see y'all next time.
Peace.